In the city of Abuja stood a tall, shining building where Sunrise Innovations worked. It was one of West Africa's biggest companies, making smart home gadgets and clean energy tools. Inside, many workers wore neat uniforms and hurried around doing their jobs. But behind the shiny building was a secret only one man knew. His name was Samuel. At 34, he was one of Nigeria's youngest billionaires, but no one had ever seen his face. Samuel kept away from cameras and did not share pictures online. Samuel was tired. Every woman he met cared only about his money and fame. They wanted his fancy cars and big house, not him. Many had lied and used him. This made Samuel feel lonely. One evening, Samuel told his closest friend Henry about a plan. "I want to work as a cleaner in my own company," he said. Henry was surprised. "Are you sure? You'll be washing floors and cleaning toilets." Samuel smiled. "If someone can love me when I have nothing, then they deserve me when I have everything." The next day, Samuel changed how he looked. He cut his hair short, wore old, loose clothes and faded slippers. He even used powder to make his skin look darker and practiced a rough voice. He was no longer Samuel, the billionaire. Now he was Sam, the new cleaner at Sunrise Innovations. At the gate, he showed his ID to the guard. "I'm here to start work." The guard looked at the card and nodded. "Go to the janitor's office on the left." Sam walked inside. People walked past, not noticing him. Some glanced, but quickly looked away. No one smiled or said hello. When Sam reached the janitor's office, a woman looked up from behind a desk. Her name tag read Mrs. Johnson, the janitorial supervisor. "You're the new cleaner?" she asked without smiling. "Yes, ma'am," Sam said softly. She pointed to a supply room. "Your job is to clean the hallways, lobby, and toilets on the ground floor. Start now." Sam picked up a mop, gloves, and cleaning supplies. The work was hard and smelled bad, but he cleaned quietly every day, watching how people treated him. Some were polite but distant. Most ignored him. One afternoon in the cafeteria, Sam noticed a young woman sitting alone. She ate plain rice from a small container. Her shoes were old and her bag was worn out. Yet she smiled kindly as she gave water to an older cleaner nearby. Her kindness caught Sam's attention. When he passed her table, she looked up and smiled. "Good afternoon," she said softly. Sam stopped, surprised. "You're talking to me?" "Yes," she replied. "I see how hard you work." Sam smiled back. "Thank you," she nodded. "May God bless your hands." "Amen," Sam said quietly. That moment stayed with him all day. It was the first time someone had treated him with respect since he started. Sam's first days at Sunrise Innovations were harder than he thought. Cleaning toilets and mopping floors was tiring work. His hands often hurt from the strong soap, and sometimes the smell made him feel dizzy. But Sam never complained. He believed his plan was important. Every morning he woke up early, put on his old clothes, and went to work. At the gate, the guards barely noticed him. Inside, the busy workers walked by without saying a word. Most ignored him completely. One morning, Sam went to the janitor's office again. Mrs. Johnson handed him a mop and told him the places he must clean. "Make sure the hallways, lobby, and toilets are spotless," she said. "Yes, ma'am," Sam answered. Sam pushed his mop across the shiny floors carefully. He wiped tables and emptied trash bins. Even though the job was tough, he worked quietly. During breaks, Sam watched the workers. Some smiled and talked with friends. Others looked serious and rushed. No one paid attention to him. One afternoon, while cleaning near the cafeteria, Sam saw the same young woman from before. Her name was Lola. She sat alone, eating plain rice from a small container. Her shoes were old and her bag was worn, but she smiled gently as she shared water with an older cleaner nearby. Sam admired how she cared for others, even when she had little. That day when Sam walked past her table, Lola looked up and said softly, "Good afternoon." Surprised, Sam said, "Good afternoon." Lola smiled. "I see how hard you work every day. I hope things get easier." Sam felt warm inside. It was the first kindness he had received at work. "Thank you," he said quietly. Lola nodded. Everyone deserves respect, no matter their job. Sam wanted to tell her the truth, that he was the company owner, but he kept his secret. That evening, Sam returned to his small apartment, tired but hopeful. Maybe, just maybe, He could find someone who cared about him, not his money. The next day, Sam met with Henry, his trusted assistant. "I want to help Lola," Sam said. "She works hard and is kind, even when life is tough." Henry smiled. "What do you want me to do?" "Find out if she has any problems," Sam said. "If she needs help, pay her rent for 6 months, but don't tell her it's from me." Henry nodded. "Consider it done." Later that week, Henry quietly paid Lola's rent to her landlord without telling her. One morning, Lola came home and saw her landlord smiling. "Good morning," he said. "Someone has paid 6 months of your rent. You don't have to worry for a while." Lola's eyes filled with tears. "Who could have done this?" she whispered. The landlord shook his head. "It was anonymous. Someone wants to help you." Lola felt hope she hadn't felt in a long time. She didn't know who helped her, but she prayed to meet them someday. The next day at work, Lola found Sam cleaning near the hallway. "Good morning," she said softly. "Good morning," Sam replied. "I want to thank whoever helped me with my rent. It has changed my life," she said quietly. Sam smiled but said nothing about his secret. Lola worked quietly in the IT department as a junior assistant. She focused on her tasks and avoided office gossip. She just wanted to do her job well and live honestly. But not everyone was kind. Charles, the general manager, was proud and controlling. He wore expensive suits and expected respect from everyone. Many workers were afraid of him. One day, Charles called Lola to his office. "You're a beautiful young woman," he said with a smile that didn't reach his eyes. "Thank you, sir," Lola replied politely, feeling nervous. Charles leaned back in his chair. "I've noticed you don't gossip or try to impress anyone. That's rare here." Lola stayed quiet, unsure what he meant. "I can make your life better. More money, nice clothes, even a car. Just stay close to me." Lola shook her head. "I'm not interested." Charles frowned. "Are you sure?" "Yes, sir," she said firmly. After that day, Charles started treating Lola coldly. He gave her more work and spoke harshly in meetings. Some coworkers whispered that Charles was angry because she refused him. Lola felt the pressure but refused to give in. She kept working hard and stayed kind. Sam watched quietly from the hallway. He saw how unfair Charles was and felt angry for Lola. One afternoon, Sam found Lola alone. "Are you okay?" he asked gently. Lola smiled tiredly. "I'm fine, just tired." "If you want to talk, I'm here," Sam said kindly. Lola looked at him gratefully. "Thank you." Even though Sam was just a cleaner, Lola felt safe around him. What she didn't know was that Sam was really the owner of Sunrise Innovations, watching over her in secret. Sam saw how Charles treated Lola and how others stayed silent. That made him angry. One day, Sam decided to speak up. He walked to Charles's office without hesitation and knocked. Charles looked surprised to see him. "What do you want?" Charles asked, his voice sharp. Sam didn't back down. "Stay away from Lola. She deserves respect, not your trouble." Charles laughed. "Who do you think you are? Just a cleaner in slippers." Sam looked him in the eye. "I may be a cleaner today, but I won't let you bully her." Charles frowned, angry and confused. "I'll get you fired by tomorrow." Sam smiled calmly. "Try if you want, but leave Lola alone." Charles stepped back, unsettled by Sam's courage. Later, when Sam returned to cleaning, Lola found him. "What happened?" she asked, worried. "I told him to leave you alone," Sam said softly. Lola looked relieved. "Thank you. You're the only one who stands up for me." Sam nodded. "You don't have to face this alone." That day, Lola felt stronger, knowing someone cared. A few days later, Lola arrived home after work and found something unexpected waiting for her. On the floor, just outside her apartment door, was a small bouquet of flowers wrapped in bright paper. Next to it lay a brand new phone box tied with a red ribbon. Tucked under the ribbon was a small note. Curious and a little nervous, Lola picked up the letter. It read, "From me to you, your secret admirer." She looked around but saw no one nearby. The hallway was quiet and empty. Lola's heart raced. She wondered who could have left the gifts. She wasn't used to surprises like this, and it made her feel both happy and a little scared. The next morning at work, she waited for her usual break. When she found Sam cleaning near the back hallway, she smiled. "Good morning," she said softly. "Good morning," he replied, wiping sweat from his forehead. Something strange happened last night, Lola said quietly. I found flowers and a phone at my door, with a note from a secret admirer. Sam looked surprised. Really? Yes, she nodded. I don't know who it is, and I'm not sure if I should be happy or worried. Sam walked closer. You don't have to be afraid. Maybe someone admires your kindness and hard work. Lola shook her head. I'm going to throw the gifts away. I don't want strangers leaving things at my door. Sam gently said, don't throw them. Keep them safe, and if it happens again, we can talk to the police together. Lola smiled faintly. You come with me? Always, Sam said quietly. That small promise made Lola feel safer than she had in a long time. Charles watched Lola closely after the gifts appeared. He wanted her attention, but she kept refusing him. One day he called her into his office again. You've been using that old phone for too long, Charles said, holding a shiny new phone in a box. Take this. It's for you. Lola looked at the phone and then at Charles. Thank you, sir, but I can't accept this. Charles smiled coldly. Why not? I can give you a better life if you stay close to me. Lola shook her head firmly. I'm not interested. Charles's smile disappeared. His eyes darkened. You'll regret this. Lola left the office feeling scared but determined. She knew Charles was dangerous. At work, Charles started giving Lola more work and spoke to her harshly, but she stayed strong and kept smiling. Sam noticed everything. He felt more protective than ever. One afternoon, he walked up to Lola. Are you okay? He asked gently. Lola nodded. I'm fine, just tired. Sam smiled softly. Remember, you don't have to face this alone. Lola looked at him gratefully. Thank you. A few days later, a young woman came to Sunrise Innovations looking for a job. She was nervous but hopeful. She had heard the company was hiring and wanted a fresh start. Charles called her into his office and looked at her file. Then with a sly smile, he said, You're beautiful. I can give you this job, but you have to do something for me first. The young woman's heart sank. What do you mean, sir? Charles leaned closer. If you want the job, you'll have to spend the night with me. She stood up quickly. No, sir, I can't do that. Charles's smile disappeared. Then get out of my office. You're not ready for anything in life. The young woman left, tears filling her eyes. Outside, she stood under the sun, wiping her face. Sam happened to walk by and saw her. Are you okay? He asked kindly. She shook her head. He wanted me to do something I can't. Sam's chest tightened. Come back next week. If you're qualified, I'll make sure you get the job. The right way. She looked at his worn clothes and mop. How can a cleaner say that? Sam smiled gently. Sometimes the one people ignore can help the most. She nodded slowly and left, feeling a little hope. Days passed and Lola's heart grew heavier with each sunrise. She tried to stay calm, but every time she saw Sam, her chest fluttered. His kind words, gentle smile, and quiet strength stayed with her. At work, she watched him clean with care, never complaining. He was always polite to everyone, even when others ignored him. One afternoon, Sam was mopping near the staff lounge when Lola hesitated, then walked over. You look tired, she said softly. Sam shook his head. I haven't eaten yet. Without hesitation, Lola opened her small food container and pushed it toward him. Please eat. I had enough earlier. Sam looked surprised. I can't take your food. Please, she insisted, smiling warmly. I want you to. Slowly, he took the spoon. Thank you. You don't know how much this means. They ate together quietly, sharing a peaceful moment. Lola felt a new warmth inside her. She wished she could tell Sam how much she cared, but wasn't sure if he felt the same. Even though Lola liked Sam, she felt unsure.